It's not every day that someone like me can come sit in the pilot seat of a helicopter, but today anyone can come in, they can sit in the seat, they can feel the controls, and imagine what it's like to be up in the air. Because of emotional memory, the more stress you experience, the more chemicals you release, and that can cause plaque buildup in the arteries, which can lead to heart disease. And chronic stress can get worse if you don't talk about it. If Prop 4 were a toy car, here's what its journey would look like. It started in 2018 when a group called Better Boundaries put Prop 4 on the ballot and it was voted in by the people. Then in 2020, the legislature added an amendment, and that made the committee advisory. Then in 2022, two voter groups sued the legislature over the amendment, and in 2025, a court ruled the amendment unconstitutional because it interfered with a bill voted in by the people. And that's what led Utahns for Representative Government to start collecting signatures to put Prop 4 back on the ballot. After getting through security, I'm watching seats fill up right here in the Spectrum, all with people ready to hear from speakers. It was Cantwell's bidet that made the newsreels, but if one frame of film represents the $750 spent just on the bidet, and 24 frames make up 1 second of film, then all of the money auditors say USU wasted would make a movie 11 hours long. 30 years ago, Mortensen used to study right here in Champ Hall. And now, his office is right behind me. These tables are scattered all across campus. And now, there's one more place you can find them.
We showcase student stories from Utah State University. Tonight, Utah State celebrated Aviation Week with helicopters, drones, and guest speakers. Alici Archibald shows us the history of USU's program and what's in store for the future. This helicopter is coming in to kick off Aviation Week at Utah State University.
Every class moving period, hundreds of students stop by. They sit in the helicopter, they have a chance to see and experience what aviation program is all about.
I love the little kids because they're so cute because they don't know what it is, and so like they just really want to sit in the seats. It's not every day that someone like me can come sit in the pilot seat of a helicopter, but today anyone can come in, they can sit in the seat, they can feel the controls, and imagine what it's like to be up in the air.
Since 1939, we've had aviation here at Utah State.
USU's aviation program started thanks to the Civilian Pilot Training Act, created to send pilots to World War II. USU was teaching the latest technology then, and now
United T3 Heavy runway 2.
They're trying to do the same.
For as long as I can remember, there's been a shortage of air traffic controllers.
USU started an air traffic control program in 2024.
That's why
and professors say these classes are steadily growing.
I can say for a fact that individuals have come specifically to USU for this program.
Equipped with an air traffic control simulator to keep up with new technology. And Whittle says these students won't fully be replaced with artificial intelligence.
If you're already hurting for controllers now and AI goes down, there's no replacing that.
We're trying to be innovative and stay ahead of the curve, anticipating what's coming.
Good afternoon, Monterey Tower. Experimental.
Another program expected to launch within the next 2 years.
In there, about 319. I can get you.
Electric vertical takeoff and landing, or air taxis.
This is kind of the next big thing.
The next big thing that the next generation...
This is the first time I've ever been in a helicopter, actually. It was pretty fun.
...can look forward to taking off. Alici Archibald, ABC4 News.
Oh my gosh! What's happening?
If you've been on USU campus this year, you may have seen these signature gatherers working to send Proposition 4 back to the ballot.
Prop 4 was the initiative to have an independently drawn Utah district map.
I think it's a little bit deceptive in their claims of being nonpartisan.
Kelly is a USU student with Utahns for Representative Government, a group that wants to repeal Prop 4.
I think that map is gerrymandered. We have a donut hole around Salt Lake now.
Some opponents of Prop 4 are unhappy with the new map, but that's not the only reason they want to repeal the measure.
Given all that sole authority to a 7-person, unelected, unaccountable, untransparent group of people who don't represent Utahns and aren't held accountable.
Article 9, Section 1 of our state's constitution very explicitly says that power is given to our state's legislature.
We aren't able to have them hear our voices, and we're not allowed to vote them out of their position.
If Prop 4 were a toy car, here's what its journey would look like. It started in 2018 when a group called Better Boundaries put Prop 4 on the ballot, and it was voted in by the people. Then in 2020, the legislature added an amendment, and that made the committee advisory. Then in 2022, 2 voter groups sued the legislature over the amendment, and in 2025, a court ruled the amendment unconstitutional because it interfered with a bill voted in by the people. And that's what led Utahns for Representative Government to start collecting signatures to put Prop 4 back on the ballot. County clerks verified each signature individually, and signature gatherers said they had more than enough to meet the threshold.
We have 21 days now from the 15th of February for the entire state to verify all the signatures. After those signatures are verified, and then they'll determine if they meet the threshold or not.
I don't know if you saw it.
While signatures were verified,
people feel misled. People feel like they didn't know what they were signing.
Volunteers with a group called Burn, Brave Utahns Rapid Response Network, helped people remove their name from the petition.
I remember signing something, I just don't remember anything about it. They probably explained it in a way where it sounded like a good thing.
They were saying that they were opposed to gerrymandering, which is like blatantly untrue.
I would argue that their map is more gerrymandered just because it has all of your demographic kind of in one area.
After hundreds of thousands of signature verifications and thousands removed from the ballot, the initiative failed, meaning Prop 4 will not be on the ballot this November.
It's disappointing that it failed. I don't know if this will happen or not, but I hope a legislative or special session is called to kind of look at it maybe again. I hope that at least for this year we can find common ground with whatever Democrat is elected in that seat.
Alici Archibald, ATV News.
Alici Archibald joins us live. Alici, can you tell us where this happened?
Thanks, Kinsey. I'm out here on the quad. Right here is where Reawaken USA set up their tent to debate, and they say their goal is to encourage conversation and decrease political polarization.
Well, what part of that do you believe is a conspiracy?
This tent at Utah State University may look familiar.
It was kind of a bummer that we didn't get to have the Charlie Kirk event.
USU students gather around to listen as conservative political commentators debate hot topics with students.
There's obviously problems with like mass illegal immigration.
Reawaken USA founder and CEO James Owen says their nationwide tour was partly inspired by Charlie Kirk's assassination.
These students need leaders. We believe that Charlie Kirk was a really big one. A lot of people talked about filling his shoes. We don't believe that's possible. We believe that it's going to take many to do what he did and to continue his work.
And in support are students who witnessed Kirk's death.
As with Charlie Kirk moments prior, that was an awful day. I think that's a turning point really for not only myself, but the whole rest of the country.
You can see there's a crowd of students gathered to watch. Anyone can come up to the mic right here, and their main topics to debate are abortion and gender ideology.
This isn't people being confused, right?
We start every video with them talking, so their beliefs can be heard.
Some USU students say they support the idea.
Without opinions and differences, there is really no way for our country to move forward. I think it is good for people to challenge their minds.
I think it'd be so entertaining to see more.
If people don't want to speak, they don't have to. Like, they can easily walk away and just not involve themselves. So
others say it's just for clicks.
In my opinion, abortion is murder.
I feel like these are helpful for the individuals here, but not helpful in an overall political climate because of the social media bias. I feel like he just wasn't ready to debate me on the topic that I wanted to talk on.
One person here was for sure in good faith, one person for sure is not.
Even though he says the discussion may not be genuine.
This is all just for sport and for cheers. They can say it's to like increase dialogue, but I mean, maybe.
Jackson went up to the mic to debate.
I think it's admirable to take your beliefs and go into somewhere where that's not shared and argue for it.
I don't know how it gets any more good faith than both speakers have a microphone and both are allowed to talk.
James and his team say they work hard to represent students fairly on social media.
Even though I don't agree with most of these students, they are trusting us when they come up to the mic to debate their truth. And if we take their truth and we distort it in any way, we're not being good Christians.
James says they want to inspire a new generation of leaders.
When the bad things start happening, we have the mobs in the street and total intolerance towards Christian, I believe it's Gen Z. that's going to step up and say no. And we want to give them everything we can to be able to do that effectively.
Now, I spoke with Reawaken USA's team about safety. Police arrested a person at the University of Utah after Reawaken speakers say he threatened to shoot them. They've received some threats online, but have had no further issues here at USU. Reporting live, Alici Archibald, ATV News. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alici.
Now, also on Monday, USU had a guest speaker. It was the first pilot to fly a plane without her arms. Now, Jessica Cox does most things with her feet, including strapping herself in and flying an airplane. Cox is a motivational speaker, and her message to the crowd was to not let fear stop you.
Adaptability is possible, and I'm living proof that yes, we all have challenges, and yes, you're going to encounter things that might stand in the way of your dreams, but don't let it. Just keep pushing forward and keep going and persevering.
During her speech, Cox invited a student on stage to try to open a soda can without his arms. He opened it using his teeth. Then Cox showed him how she uses her toes to open and drink the can. The student almost got the can up to drink it, but didn't make it as far as Cox did. And after her speech, Cox signed her book, Disarm Your Limits, with her feet. And now this is only the first half of Aviation Week. Tomorrow you can go check out their simulator, their flight simulator, and their air traffic control simulator. And Friday you can go check out the airport. Reporting live, Alici Archibald, ATV News. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alici.
Alici Archibald joins us live from Huntsman Hall to show us what students created. Alici?
Thanks, Erica. This study room is empty right now, but over the weekend, almost every room in Huntsman Hall was filled with students and laptops, 3D printers, lots of food and snacks. I even saw an air mattress, and that's because hundreds of students spent almost 24 hours exclusively in this building. Now, this is Carlton and Logan's group project. This is Boardify, and this is the lock-in box. Now you can see here on Boardify, you can create different tasks, and you can also set timers. And right here on the lock-in box, you saw in the video the lights, they go right here and they turn different colors based on different things. So if you're running the timer, it'll change different colors as time runs out, and for your tasks, it will turn different colors throughout the day based on what you get done. So if they turn red, that means you're overdue. If they're all green, that means you're all good to go. Now, Logan and Carlton and their team, they didn't win anything, but they said they had lots of fun and want to participate again next year. Reporting live, Alici Archibald, ATV News. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alici.
Alici Archibald joins us live with a look at these events. Alici, what did these speakers share with the audience?
Well, Jillian, I'm here on the quad. This is the place that Charlie Kirk had planned to visit to speak with students. After his assassination at UVU, new speakers were chosen, and they focused on honoring Charlie and his legacy.